Good day, Rusk enjoyers. Hope you're right, 'cause it's time for the abnormal barders. But hey, what's going on? I thought we'd do something special. It is Easter, and people don't really seem to care about Easter skins, so let's start off showcasing a certain tier 2 armor that's definitely caught my eye. Now, I know a lot of people are kind of debating whether it's actually useful, whether it could even be considered to be decent camouflage. I thought, you know what, why don't we go ahead and test it out immediately? But we're going to do something a little bit different. Oh, okay. So initially, when I first saw it, I thought, you know what, we could test it out for green camouflage. But someone actually asked me, Hedge, could you go ahead, grab some desert camouflage and test it out as well? Because basically the point we think is causing this to kind of work quite nicely as a sort of decent, cheap camouflage is the fact that it's got transparency. And from a distance, I guess the best way of putting it, it looks as if it unloads. Deloads? I don't know the proper term, feel free to comment below, but when you see it for yourself in a second, you're going to think, oh wow, huh. So yeah, if you have not yet seen the video where I showcase this with green camouflage, feel free to go ahead and watch that. To be honest with you, I might show that off again in a second. Let's first of all showcase this with some desert camouflage hoodie and pants, roadside gloves and boots. If you've actually seen the price of Desert Raiders tier 2, but yeah, as I pull back, I've got to sit here and say I don't really notice the armor that much. Do you know what I'm saying in regards to, like, it unloads, it doesn't appear to be there anymore, and then from a distance it just kind of comes across as a bit of like a darker shade on the clothing. If I get a little bit more closer, as you'll see, well, now it starts to get a bit more brighter, but I still don't really notice the armor that much. What's your opinion? Honestly, I'm asking you now, what is your opinion? Because, well, I'm kind of sitting here thinking it's pretty good. Like, once I get to around this point here, come on, just about here, come on. It's going to unload in a second. There you go, boom. Now it doesn't look green. Huh. And then I get a little bit closer. There you go, boom. So, alright then. But to truly, like, understand this, why don't we go ahead and showcase a proper full set of Desert Raiders, and then we can do a proper comparison then. Boom! Desert Raiders. So, quite pricey. I mean, there's a good reason for it. It's been the go-to desert camouflage option for a good few years now. And, well, it's been going up in price more and more and more and more. And people are constantly looking for, like, a nice, affordable, cheap budget option. There's not actually that many, because the cheap budget options get bought out as well. And, of course, from this distance, yeah, it's also getting a bit darker as well, like we just saw a second ago with the Easter Bloom. Interesting. So I'm kind of seeing the exact same sort of, like, aftermath. Huh. Well, what's your opinion based on what you just saw? Do you think it's incredibly similar? Well, one thing I can say it is not similar is the price. Easter Bloom Tier 2 only costs about $6. I don't actually know the price of Desert Raiders. We'll have to go check in a second, but I'd have reason to believe it's probably a lot more pricier. Now, someone just asked me, you know what, Hedge, could you also test out Easter Bloom in low settings? So, okay. Let's go ahead and do just that. So, graphics low and 1920 1080. Right, cool. So, there we are. It does look a bit more fuzzy. Right. That was intentional. Don't judge my setup. Alright, cool. Understood. So let's just give this a nice little pan around. All the way around. And then, of course, we'll pull away. So, who likes to play on potato settings? Those people aren't Ruskin enjoyers. However, a potential exploit. Does this, like, unload a little bit better? But then again, it's more of a case of you need other people to have low settings, I guess. Well, from this distance, it doesn't really look... It's not very green. It's not very orange. Just looks like it's Desert Raiders, doesn't it? So, there you go. I'm not sure if I even noticed that much of a difference, to be honest with you. What's your opinion, though? I ask you, the viewer. Okay, open field. And what do we have? A nice, affordable green camouflage setup, including frog booties. Right, so, yeah, of course, you might need to go get yourself some frog booties. If you don't have them, well, anyway, I'm joking, but you could just probably put on standard boots. Anyway, so as you can see here, I've got the flashbacks hoodie and pants. I've got the Sail Road Sun gloves. I'm basically using the same thing I showcased in a short video. And of course, let's just get a good pan around shot. One thing I noticed is that, like, the jacket, the Red Sun jacket is like a brown egg, but the kilt's like a green egg. I'm not sure what's going on there. And the coffee can's green egg. Anyway, let's just pull back. Let's just give this a good look. So let's go further back. And let us remind you, right, we're not going to see a sequel for this until next Easter. Easter 2027. Do you mind? Unbelievable. Right, don't worry. Don't look. Don't look. I'm going to get rid of this guy. Right, that's it. You sit there and accept your fate. Boom. Anyway, so, over there in the distance, there he sits. Or stands, I guess you could say. So, obviously, in this resolution, I can still see everything perfectly fine if I actually zoom in. But from here, what do you think? I don't think you can really notice that much of a difference, can you? So, of course, let's get closer and closer. Yeah, you might notice a little bit of the orange. But, again, that whole thing where I said where it looks as if it just basically unloads at a certain distance, I think that's pretty good. So, opinions, thoughts, feel free to comment below. Now, of course, if I was to go ahead and put on some Forest Raiders. By the way, Forest Raiders, a full set of just the armour and the clothing, it's about $400 now. It's Easter. I don't know how bad it's going to get around the summertime. More specifically, around July and August time. So, just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, let's pull back. So let's go further back. And of course, it's amazing. You know, there's a reason why people have loved this for years upon years. And there's a reason why it keeps going up in value. But not a lot of people can afford it now. Yeah, so $400, it's pretty absurd. But to save yourself about $200 and, you know, just consider using the Easter Bloom Tier 2, I think it's a good shout. So, alright, chat. Should I go ahead and lower the resolution again? Should I go ahead and see if it really makes that much of a difference? Apparently, I needed to change the shaders as well. So, alright, cool. Let's go ahead and whack on some Easter Bloom Tier 2 with this Forest Raiders. Whoa, correction. That was actually flashbacks hoodie and pants. I didn't even notice. Did you? So, yeah, that also saved you a pretty penny. I'm just saying. Cool. Okay, that should be potato enough, I'm sure. So let's just get a good look at you. How you doing? Let's just pan around. Yeah, so I am using flashbacks hoodie and pants still. Again, I think it's a perfectly fine substitute for the Forest Raiders hoodie and pants. And a lot more approachable. It ain't getting any cheaper though, just pointing it out. So, alright, cool. Point made. Let's now pull back. So, yeah. You basically do rely upon other people with low settings to look at it this way. And I have reason to believe a lot of people do play with, like, potato settings. So, yeah, from this sort of distance, I do kind of notice the orange patches. Just about. Alright then, so, yeah. What are your thoughts? Are you impressed? Well, let's go whack on the Forest Raiders Tier 2 again, just to see the comparison. Okay, so, let's pull back. Further and further and further. And it, yeah, starts to look a little bit darker. Further. I can't even see the grass anymore. So now he does kind of stand out a little bit, doesn't he? Yes, he does. Wow. It's all shrinking. It's all disappearing. The life is gone. So, yeah. I guess some potato settings, you're just going to see people fairly better regardless. So, alright, cool. So, alright then. Maybe all of that just didn't really matter. That's the problem with camo. And yet people still buy it, Mr. Landstrafer. Well then, your opinion. Feel free to comment below. I thought that was just a nice little showcase for Easter Bloom. I think it does a pretty decent job. And honestly, even as Desert Camouflage. Which is annoying because two months ago I put out that budget camouflage video, didn't I? Maybe I might need to do all of this in a very special video. I probably do now, don't I? Yeah. Alright, cool. So that was the intro for the Abnormal Barders. let's now go ahead and talk about all the skins, although to be honest with you, I don't think we'll be talking that much. It's Easter, and I don't think people care about Easter. Okay, we don't have that much time, let's roll. So, yes, as you can see, Desert Raiders, it's quite expensive. Notably, the tier 2 armor right there. And, of course, if we could just quickly go over to the Forest Raiders, we can also point out to you that, yes, of course, that's also very expensive. If you deduct the deplorables, that's $400 almost. So, yeah, point made, understood. Sweet. So, yeah. I'm tempted. Funnily enough, I guess we're just going to jump straight in and start doing price suggestions. If you saw my predictions video, this was literally the only skins that I was interested in, and I think I'm probably going to go $1 to $1.50 in all three of them. I think I'm going to give it a shot. We'll see what happens next. But I think I do need to make a dedicated video now, showcasing all of that. Adding like some footage and some shaded areas and whatnot. Yeah, I think we could have a nice little thing with that. But again, you can still offer your opinion based on what you saw. I'm going to go pretty strong. Again, it's the lack of sales. It's the utility of it. I think it works. So, alright, cool. Understood. So, tonight we're also going to see where's the bunny costume? Where are you? There he is. Bunny costume priced at $10. The Rustigé Amethyst Egg priced at $8. And the Wallpapers. I think I want to get these out of the way first. Then I'll talk about the skins. Because again, all the other skins aside from tier 2, I don't think they're going to hold up. So what we're going to do then is we're going to learn from the past. Chicken costume, horse costume, I think we've learned enough. Last year, when I looked at the horse costume, also priced at $10, I sat there and I thought, you know what, surely this is going to behave exactly like the chicken costume. No, it didn't. It didn't. Lots of people jumped onto it. Lots of people just assumed it was going to be A-OK, and evidently that didn't really work out that way. So what I want to remind you all of is that this, at one point, went all the way down to like $5. So let's just quickly go ahead and show you this. We already mentioned it in the rust rotation video and whatnot. But yeah, it got pretty cheap. But coincidentally, it was the year of the horse, so that rose up quite nicely. But yeah, I'm sure you can put 2 and 2 together. I think we want to do a barter somewhat close to $5, but not literally $5. Now, by all means, if you want to actually pick these up, if you're hoping that they do recover and go back up in price at some point in the future, that's fine. But doing barters at around like $5, don't you think you might be better off chasing after something else, potentially? Maybe don't request so much. So what I'm going to say in regards to the brand new bunny costume, I don't know how much you've sold. We can't figure that out because it's made by Facepunch themselves. There's no workshop page to work from. There's no subscriber counts. Oh. I think we'll probably do like... I think I'll probably do like... let's say like... $3.50 to $4.30. Yeah, I'll probably do that. I think that'll be a perfectly fine approach. By all means, chat, if you want to be a little bit more confident, if you don't put down a higher price, you're more than welcome to do so. I just wouldn't request too many of them. Because if they do go down a price and you've got quite a lot of them, you're basically stuck with them, right? So be a little bit smarter with that. Cool. Rustigé Egg, Amethyst. So when I first saw this, I immediately remembered the cerulean egg from the previous year. I immediately remembered the Rustigé white egg, yes. Both of them went down to around $2. That did happen. So if I could just quickly showcase this to you. This appeared for 2023. And if I could just quickly turn on my Steam inventory helper. Yep. Scrolling down, you'll see that it went down. So, yep, let's go ahead and take a look at that. Just to remind all of you, if you don't fully know what this is, there was an exploit. I can't fully remember what it was, but I think you could, like, stack large boxes with them. Do you remember that? Feel free to comment below if you remember. Anyway, it got cheap. This actually went below $2 at one point. But as time went on, it did slowly gain some traction and did slowly go up in price. And very recently, it went up in price because it was Easter again. Well, so, okay, cool. Sold for $6.49. Right now, it's about $5.50. It's still below its Rustle price. And then, of course, we also happen to have the Rustigé Cerulean Egg. Well, that also sold for $8 last year. Let's go and see how it's currently holding up. Oh, interesting. It's about half its price. Okay, then. But how cheap did it actually get, Hedge? Well, what do you reckon? Yeah, there you go. I already basically said it. It went down to around $2 to $2.50. So basically, based on what we've learned from the previous eggs, I'm looking at that Rustigé Amethyst Egg, and I'm thinking I'll probably do like $1.50 to $2. I fully expect it to go down in price. Now, if you really want to pick some up, if you want to 100% feel like super confident, offer like $3 to $4. But I do believe when times get bad again, autumn fall seasonal dip, I reckon you're probably going to see that going all the way down to like $2 again. Like, let's say it only goes down to about $3. Well, a $2 barter should still be quite successful. So yeah, $1.50 to $2. Right then. Then we have all the wallpapers. Yeah, there are wallpapers, and they're not looking very pretty. All of them, for all the previous seasons, have gone down in price. Mostly, all of them down by just half their value. But, yeah, we've seen some of them go all the way down to less than $1. Oh, boy. But here's the thing. We are still yet to see a situation where we have the holiday again. So, of course, for Halloween 2026, we're going to see these most likely getting brought back, and they'll be in the store priced at $3 once again. I'm very much under the impression they'll bounce up and probably go up to like $2, maybe $2.50. So people would rather buy them from the Steam market instead of buying them straight from the store. That's the expectation. They could recover, so maybe we've got to work around that. If we do see these wallpapers being brought back again next year, I believe we could see them bounce up. But how am I going to approach them, to be honest with you? I don't think people care enough about Easter. I really believe that one's going to go less than $1. I think that's the one that'll go less. I don't think people are going to care about having Easter eggs when it's like September. You know what I mean? So, yep, we'll probably only offer like 60 cents to 80 cents for that wallpaper. Yep, the Easter eggs wallpaper. Rattan wicker, I'm not really sure about that one. That one looks kind of cool. But again, I don't really want to test my I don't want to test my wallet. So in regards to what we have there, I think I think we're probably just going to do the same. I'm kind of tempted to offer like a little bit more than $1. I think that one will fare better compared to this because it's not like super gimmicky towards Easter. It's just a nice looking wicker design. I live in a basket. Anyway, I'll probably just still stick with 60 cents to 80 cents. Although I would sit here and say I'm somewhat tempted to offer $1. So if you really want to, go up to $1 if you want. So I guess you could say 60 cents to $1. Right, cool. Easter grass. I actually like this one. I thought that was probably the best looking one, especially with on the floor. Got like an inside garden. It looks pretty, all right? I think that's the one that'll go down to half its price though. So in regards to that, 80 cents to $1.20. I want to go a little bit more stronger in that one. I think that'll do the best out of all the wallpapers. And yet still it's going to go down in price. Yeah, sorry. But that's to be expected. Now, one thing we should also consider, considering all the previous seasonal wallpapers went down in price, do you reckon people bought less of these? Because if that happens, you might see them rise up in price quite nicely if people want them during the summertime. More specifically, look at them again around July and August time. We'll see what happens. And then, of course, you know, next year's Easter, maybe they'll be brought back again. Maybe the price will get close to $3 again if they do happen to go down. Cool. So, yeah, that's all the items out of the way. And, of course, we've already talked about the Tier 2 armor here. But we do have other skins to talk about. I don't feel very confident. Sorry to say. I said that the very first thing I said when I looked at all of them was that, again, you know, people don't seem to care about Easter. And I still believe that'll be happening. Now, we did see some pretty interesting, wacky, creative-looking designs, and yet still. So, I'll quickly blitz through all of these, and by all means, chat, listen. If you don't feel as confident, you could go cheaper. If you feel more confident, you can offer more. These are just suggestions, but these are most likely going to be the prices I'll be offering, right? I don't feel that confident. Easter Madness Garage Door. A pretty cool looking approach, a pretty interesting looking design. But let me remind you, there were some other garage doors submitted for Easter. And you might sit there and say, what kind of garage doors, Hedge? Well, if they were to be accepted. Oh, hang on a minute, you might see some weird things. Go on, we'll risk it. I mean, okay, no, let's not do that. Let's quickly go back to like the Easter collection. Let's just say there was some interesting looking girl-themed doors. There was some interesting looking bunny doors and whatnot. I can't fully risk going through all of that. Some stupid things get uploaded on the workshop. But we didn't see anything terrible. So anyway. There might be something that appears tomorrow that'll outshine it. Because yes, if you aren't fully well aware, Easter week 2 is tomorrow. We're still getting more Easter skins. So basically, I could see the joke there. I'm not sure if it was intended with the with the big enough video, if you've ever seen it with the guy with the cowboy hat. But what do you think? What's your opinion? I believe we're starting to see a problem with garage doors. Oh, here he goes. Yeah. There will be more garage doors on the horizon. There'll be Twitch drops and kick drops on the horizon. Ooh, when's that going to happen? Well, keep an eye out. Keep an ear out. Anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if we see another garage door tomorrow. That's the point I'm trying to get across. It's only done about 15,000 subscribers, which if I could just quickly hop over to here. Did you match up to expectation? Yep, smack dab in the middle. 14 to 16,000 subscribers. That was the estimate. So, yeah, I think I might only offer like 70 cents to $1. Play it safe. Sorry to say, but don't fully trust it. I don't trust Easter skins. Carrot Chopper Salvaged Axe. Well then, it's a perfectly fine looking design. It does look cool, although I do have this weird issue where when I hold it, in third person I can't see it. I can put it on a rack and I can see it, but I can't hold it and look at myself with it. I don't know if that's affecting other people. I don't know if you've seen someone have the skin, you've looked at them and it still doesn't show. But yeah, anyway. There will be more salvage axes. In fact, I'm sure you're probably fully well aware, just this past weekend, non-holiday skins have been submitted to the Rust Workshop again. You might be able to see them over to here. Come on, load it in. There we go. Yep. So I saw some pretty interesting designs. I saw some pretty interesting skins being uploaded. But notably, I did see a lot of salvaged axes. And let me confirm to you, they're performing quite nicely in terms of up votes, down votes. You get the idea. So I will quickly remind them, do consider watching the Rust Workshop skin checks. Can confirm to you, we also saw collection continuation salvaged axes. Everything's chaptered. You can see that for yourself. But yeah, there'll be more salvaged axes being accepted. In fact, tomorrow, we very likely see another one being accepted, all right? Easter week 2, another Easter-themed salvaged axe. So evidently, we have the problem of brand new skinnables. The first few skins that will be accepted, they'll probably sell quite a lot, but once more and more and more and more and more and more and more options appear, oh dear, oh there you go, they're suddenly going down in price. So we should also point out, at some point later on this year, they will then be paired up with ice picks. Skin creators will be able to have salvage tools as a pair. Stone tools, regular tools, and salvage tools. So you're not going to see a sequel for that until next Easter at the very least. Oh dear, that might be a bit of a problem. So what's the point then, Hedge? Well, basically I fully expect it to go down in price. 60 cents to 80 cents. Very sorry to say, but just take a look at SKSs, for example. We saw tons of them suddenly being accepted, didn't we? Oh boy. Sold a lot, suffering a lot. So, yeah, you've been warned, okay? So, yeah, 60 cents to 80 cents for the salvage tax. There will be more skins on the horizon. Easter Bunny Sheep Matador, with all due respect, whilst it obviously has a bunny on it, it doesn't really, like, evoke Easter themes to me. Like, if someone told me, oh, this is my Easter themed door, I'll be like, okay, yep, sure. But if I just saw this door randomly, I wouldn't instantly think of Easter. I just think it's a pretty cool looking bunny rabbit. That's a pretty interesting looking glow-in-the-dark design. Of course, it's made by Milho Frito and Sanctis Emilias, so, alright, cool. The men behind the Tempered collection, and various other interesting designs, notably a lot of Twitch drops. Basically, how many sheep matadors are we going to see this year? Twitch drops, kick drops, and of course, acceptances and rust doors. We might even see one tomorrow as well, or, you know, any other rust door for this year. We did recently have Hazma, but that's an anime girl. Will people appreciate bunnies as well? Go on then, comment below, what do you prefer more, anime girls or bunny rabbits? Anyway, so realistically speaking, I think I'll probably still want to play it safe. I'll offer 80 cents to $1.20 though. Hasn't really sold that much, looks pretty cool, I'll give it a shot. But maybe I'll regret it. So we'll see how that goes. Looks cool though. I would like to see more of this next year. Could I get like a garage door? What about a sheep matador door? Alright, well, go keep an eye out. I don't know, like a mosaic chicken or something? We'll see. So that looks reasonably okay. But the $3 furnace, it looks nice. I'll give props to that. It does look nice. It's just I don't think it's going to hold. Furnaces in general, they don't seem to do perfectly fine. I've got nothing against it. It's just the high price and the fact that I expect to see some more furnaces this year. And it wouldn't surprise me if we see more furnaces like the Storm Cloud furnace. By the way, that got a very cool looking bed on the workshop. It looks amazing. Yeah. All of the furnaces from last year are down in price. And year before that, we've only got a select few that are doing pretty okay. So, yeah, sorry to say, but I think you're dropping off. I think I'll offer 80 cents to $1.20 for that. Hasn't sold that much, but I still don't fully trust it. Eggy AK-47. So yes, I am fully well aware it's got the transparent aim sight. I'm fully well aware it's got the pay-to-win, Twitch drop-esque aim sight, but priced at $3.49. You know what? Do you want to save some funds? Do you want to just look at something else? Literally from the very same skin creator, you have the Olympus AK-47 right there, which during January time, it rose up in price ever so nicely, and it wouldn't surprise me if it rises back up in price again around July and August time this year. What I'm saying is, why not just pick that up instead? It's literally $1 cheaper, and it very likely go up $1 again. So, yeah, there are other options. It's a pretty goofy, silly, wacky design, I'll give it that. It's just, it's Easter-themed skin, and, well, I mean, we'll see what happens to it. It didn't sell that much, but I'm not feeling that confident. But I guess it wouldn't crash and burn. Maybe I'll just offer $1 to $1.50. We'll see how it is, but we did somewhat recently see a $3 AK-47 crash and burn. Case in point, yeah, Imprisoned Demon, $2.99, 95 cents. Case in point, Gold Chains AK-47, a collection continuation, $2.99, now it's $1.33. Oh. So, I mean, Eggy AR did sell quite a fair bit less. So I'll probably only do $1 to $1.50. Hey, maybe it rises up in the further future. It's a silly, wacky design, haha. But again, for that pay-to-win feature, a lot of people got that for free with a Twitch drop or a kick drop. So, alright, cool. If you feel more confident with it, chat, you're more than welcome to jump in and offer more. You're more than welcome to do so. Easter Chicks box. So, looking at this, I immediately did a comparison in the rust rotation video, comparing it with the work crate. Honestly, it does a perfectly fine job. If you can actually manage to squeeze it into the rock without it sticking out, you won't notice it at night time because it does glow in the dark. But aside from that, is it actually going to be appreciated? Does it need Wildjum to use it for it to actually rise up in price? Because again, that did happen to the work crate, and we did see it rise up in price quite nicely after that, and still to this day, it's still in the positive. Hey, we'll see. But I will remember the Starry Santa sleigh. That's half its price right now. I will remember the fact that a lot of small boxes went down in price last year. Then again, that was like an incomplete collection and blah, 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 blah. I think I've got to play it safe. Yeah, but you didn't sell that much. That's the other thing. You've only done 8,700 subscribers. And again, if we were to go ahead and quickly do a comparison with the expectation, I thought the small box was going to probably reach... I didn't even put down the estimates. Oh boy, good job, Hedge. Wow, you really didn't put down an estimate there. I've disappointed myself. Wow. Well, it must have been between, like... It must have been about 10 to 11,000 subscribers, I guess. Oh boy, oh boy. Anyway, maybe it was 10 to 12. You know what? That very likely was the case. So, yeah, 10 to 12,000 subscribers. That's undersold. And, yeah, I'll probably only offer 80 cents to $1.20. I'm curious, but I'm not that curious. Right, and then, of course, we have the Tier 2 armor. As I've already said, $1 to $1.50. I was interested in this when I first saw it. I tested it out. I'm behind it. I respect it. But do you respect it as well? Feel free to comment below. But yeah, we did start off today's video looking at them. They've only done 7,500 subscribers-ish, all three pieces. And I thought the Tier 2 armor was going to do between 9 to 11,000 subscribers. Now, of course, if people watch this video, if they see it with their own eyes and realise, you know what, Hedge, I'll jump on as well, maybe it might rise up to 9,000 by tomorrow. Still, that really isn't that much in the grand scheme of things. That's quite low. And I'm very tempted that I might be jumping in and buying some of these tonight. I think I might be considering that. We'll see what the barters look like afterwards. But after the showcase, what's your opinion? Then we have the Egg Hunter Poncho. I mean, it's sold very similar amounts compared to what we saw at the Firecracker Hide Poncho. I don't know if there's actual genuine demand for that. Like, you know, we also have the Sausages Poncho. That only did about 5,500 subscribers, but that still went down to $1. Sold for $2.49, now it's down $1. This sold for $1.49, it's now basically doubled in price. Well, this here is at $2. It's got a lot of transparency. Is it any good? Is it going to work out? I don't trust it. I think what I'll do is I'll just offer like 70 cents to 90 cents, and we'll see what happens next. I'm not really behind it. I'm not fully trusting it, so... Alright, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Trojan Egg Basket Grill. Well, I mean, only 3,800 subscribers, yeah. I don't think many people were behind it because it just didn't really seem to work as a barbecue design. Hey, doesn't matter. Skin was accepted. Shut up. But anyway, Skin Creator's already won, but he didn't get that many sales. It is the lowest selling barbecue we have seen. And yet, does that guarantee success? Are we still going to see barbecue skins being produced? Well, I can confirm to you, we have seen that. We have, in fact, seen that. So, you know, at some point, we're going to eventually see Halloween barbecues. We're going to see, like, Christmas barbecues. Again, the whole idea of an Australian barbecue for Christmas, I mean, it works. It makes sense. But recently, we have seen frog cosplay. We've seen the return of Frontier Rustic. Some very interesting, very cool-looking approaches. But, well, will they actually be accepted? Got to wait another week, haven't we? And there were other Easter-themed barbecues that could potentially appear tomorrow. I'll give you a curious one. I'll give you a curious 70-cent to $1 barter. I'm not fully behind it, but a sheer lack of sales, you never know. You might get manipulators at some point. We'll see. Then with the regular skins, so the skins that only become marketable tomorrow after the Rust rotates. Egg Destroyer Jackhammer. It's a perfectly fine looking design, and I should point out we have seen 3 Jackhammers already this year, but it is the focused item of the month. We could see another Jackhammer tomorrow. There's literally only one other option. And then, of course, next week, and the week after that, and the week after that, because we have 5 Rust stores in total for April 2026, we could see a Jackhammer for every single one of them. For something that didn't really get that many acceptances for quite a long time, suddenly getting a lot of acceptances, that might be problematic. And I can confirm to you we have seen some very interesting designs. Again, consider watching my recent Rust Workshop skin checks video, because you'll notice we've got some pretty interesting collection continuations that are submitted. Notably, Chrome Wave, Nuke Vibe, we've got Arctic Skull, and we also happen to have Abyss. And let me tell you, Abyss has been very successful in getting their skins accepted. We'll see what happens next. So, okay, yeah, I'll probably only offer 60 cents to 80 cents for that. Carrot SKS, I mean, we kind of mentioned it earlier. We're seeing far too many SKS skins being accepted. It's becoming a problem. It wouldn't surprise me if we see another one tomorrow, and the next week, and next week, and next week, and next week, because we've had 6 in a row. Oh, boy. 60 cents to 80 cents. Hot Crust Buns Rock hasn't sold that much. You know what? With all due respect, I think you could actually work out quite all right. I'll offer 70 cents to $1. And then we have the Easter Reef Wrap. $1.49, and yet it's a regular skin. That's a bit of a surprise. Hasn't sold that much. Don't really think much of it, to be honest with you. I think I'll only offer like 40 cents to 60 cents. Boom, done. Chat said I couldn't do it in about 20 minutes, so there we go. Right, so I've still got to prepare my barders and whatnot. We'll get to that. But just to remind you, tomorrow, Easter week 2. Please be aware. It's just going to basically be that. Even though we've seen a lot of interesting skins being submitted just this past weekend, well, guess what? This upcoming weekend as well, we're going to see even more. Keep an eye out. I have seen some pretty interesting collection continuations. Look at all of that. Looking pretty sweet. So, yeah. Cool. Which of those will be accepted? Well, it's not a problem for us because, of course, we've got to wait it out. Yeah, so, right. Cool. So, all right, then. What Easter skins could we actually see being accepted tomorrow? Oh, I know a lot of people are hoping, praying, yearning, screaming. Where's the Easter collection, Hedge? I should have had that ready and prepared. Screaming! I'm seeing things I shouldn't. Screaming! I can't find it. It's gone. It's disappeared. No, it's gone. Okay, let's just pretend we had it. I think that bunny suit would be greatly appreciated. What, the bunny costume? No. The hoodie and pants. You've seen the short video, right? Easter week 2 tends to be very hit or miss. A lot of people like to miss it. Over the past few years, Easter week 2 has been like very, very low performing, as in hardly any sales and whatnot. So, yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see what gets accepted. Maybe we might actually see some interesting things. Some interesting collection continuations. I didn't see a bed. I fully expect an Easter bed to be accepted. Is it going to happen? We've got to wait till tomorrow. Another barbecue, another SKS, another Savage Dax. Yippee. Alright, cool. Let's now skip ahead and showcase those barders. Alright, let's go. Let's hope for the best. I had someone in the chat keeping track of the prices. Let's jump in. Let's see if we're successful. Easter Bloom Kilt. Am I going to chase after you first? Oh, there we go. There's the Rustigé Egg, and people have already jumped onto it. Oh, well, props to everybody else. You got in early, and I missed out. That is on me. So maybe I only request about 30 of them on that account. And over to here, quick refresh. There we go, bunny costume. Right, so what price are we offering again? You said around $3.50? $3.50 to $4.50, around that. $4.30, I think you said. Right, so let's go over to here. What are we looking at? Not a lot. Go over to here. All right, Rustigé Egg. So, yeah, around $2. So what we're going to do is we're going to go off this. And I'm going to request this amount. And over to here, bunny costume. How you doing? Right, so I guess what we'll do now is we'll offer this. Will you work out nicely in the future? Time will tell. Right, where's that kilt? Quick refresh. Ah, there we go. Hello. Right, so we're going down pretty strong on you. And then we're going to have the borders for these. Oh, there's the Easter sheep at the door. So, yeah, okay, I think I got a pretty decent spot. Someone appeared just after me. If you want to do that, you're more than welcome to do so. But I do believe I'm smack dab on $1.50. And after what we showcased earlier, will it work out? Will other people notice? Will they respect what it is? So, okay, cool. So, yeah, let's now skip ahead. We'll talk about the abnormal barter support. And then, yeah, we'll question, do we actually want to jump in and buy any of these skins straight from the Rust store? Alright, we're back. It's been about an hour, and I'd just like to point out you can see all the prices here in Rust Help. Not sure if SCMM's doing that just yet, but eventually it will. Eventually it will. Right, so one thing I forgot to showcase was doing barders on the wallpapers. I realised like 10 minutes ago, oh yeah, I didn't do barders on them. So, well, there you go. Ta-da! Easter grass, the one I think will be doing better compared to the others. Yeah, it's got barders basically at around $1.20 up to around there. It's got the bulk of it around just under $1, literally just under $1. So we'll see what becomes of that. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be amazing based on what we've seen previously. But if we did see some more interesting looking floor paper, yeah, I think people would be all, you know, super down for that. But anyway, cool, understood. This is the one I don't think will be doing very nicely, but it does have a barter at $1. But then you can see the majority of it is below. Yeah. So, yeah, they'll very likely probably be going down to less than $1 in the future. Then we've got Return Wicker. Now, I do have a feeling this one will be performing better, especially when you notice the barters here as well. $1.35, $1.29, $1.18, $1.09. Yeah, this looks like it's got a lot more support to it. So, okay. Out of those 3 wallpapers, feel free to comment below which one is your favourite. Because now I'll be switching over to the skins. Boom. Well, actually, we still have items. Rustigé Egg, the Amethyst design. So, yeah, we've had a few people offer some higher prices. So, $30, $3.69, $100, $2.66. But then you can see the bulk of it seems to be around $2. Seems a lot of people noticed in regards to what I was saying. So, okay, cool. And then you've got plenty of barders around like halfway from like $1 to $1, you know, $2. So, $1.75, $1.61. All right, cool. No complaints here. So, we'll see if that actually crashes and burns again. Maybe a lot of people noticed that the Easter eggs have gone down in price over the past few years, well, at least in the past 2 instances. So maybe a lot of people refrained from picking one up, and maybe they'll just wait to try and see if they could get a barter, and then suddenly we find out, oh, nobody bought any. So you never know. But we can't see because there's no workshop page. So yeah, I guess we're going to find out, aren't we? Bunny costume, same thing could happen to you. Maybe a lot of people noticed that the horse costume went down in price, so maybe we'll just kind of step back a bit. But I think I'm quite literally the $5 barter right there. Do I really want to buy 50 of that? Yeah, cool. Sure. All right, we'll see how that goes then. But yeah, how many do you reckon got bought? We have nothing to work with to figure that out. Like literally 0. I mean, the best thing you're going to be able to do is just to be able to see how many listings there are. That's it. We'll see. We'll see. So, all right, cool. And now onto the actual skins themselves. I'm going to sit here and say I think Easter Bloom might be a pretty good shout. But again, you're not going to see a sequel until next year. But do we care about that? Specifically, looking at this, after the showcase earlier, both in the desert, in the grassy plains, the fields, even the forest areas, this does appear to be a pretty interesting pickup. And I think I will be going ahead and making a special video of it now. After Sandbox, that is. Have you been looking at Sandbox skins recently? Anyway, Easter Bloom. I was walking into the Easter batch of skins, not really expecting much. I don't think we'll be seeing anything interesting. But the second I saw you, I was like, oh, hang on a minute. The second I tested you out, I was like, oh, hang on a minute. The only thing that could outdo this is the bunny hoodie and pants. If that actually happens tomorrow. But, well, we'll see. I'm not expecting much tomorrow. So, alright, cool. So, are you interested? Feel free to comment below. Are you actually considering jumping in? Because I will sit here and say, I think out of precaution, I need to jump in. I need to get some. Maybe I'll buy 30 each of these two, and then maybe I'll buy 50 50 of them. And then we'll just see how things pan out in the future. Will it always be considered as a nice budget option? So, you never know. We might see more. But it's always been like the tier 2 armor that's always been a bit of a struggle. I know we did recently have the Jade Dragon, but that doesn't seem to have really like caught on. So Jade Dragon tier 2, honestly still not bad of a shout. Frankie, shut up. Don't listen to him. But honestly, all of them seem like a perfectly fine shout. So, we'll see how it is. We'll see how it is. So, I'd love to see your comments. I'd love to see your thoughts. Are you just going to stick with a barter, or did you actually go buy yourself some? I mean, if you just bought some for yourself, that's fine. Buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, keep them nice and motivated to keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future, alright? But we've got to wait a year for a sequel. So, right, cool. Yeah, I think I'll be buying some. If you don't feel super confident, just offer $1.50. I mean, yeah, will this last forever? Not sure. But it also didn't sell that much. Also consider that. Maybe it might get dumped on for a while, but then eventually you may very well only end up seeing like 20 listings of each skin. We'll see. So, cool. Easter Madness Garage Door. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to retain its value. It's a fun Easter gimmicky skin. How likely is it that you reckon we'll see another garage door tomorrow? With a cute girl on it. Ah! Well, now we're going to have a cool boy skin, right? Yeah, sure. Honestly, it's been a bit unfair recently. I'm sure you'd agree. We hardly see any guys on doors anymore. What happened to, like, what was it? Shadowborn? What was the one from Vase? God, what's that collection called now? I'm annoyed now. Shadow something. Chat. I've gone delirious. Quickly remind me whilst I quickly go ahead and talk about this skin. Anyway, Easter Madness Garage Door. Hey, maybe you might rise up quite nicely towards next year's Easter. But to be honest with you, with a lot more with a lot more Garage Door skins on the horizon, even with tomorrow's Easter, I fully expect to see more. And yeah, that could easily get lost in the shuffle. So we'll see how it goes. Honestly, if you wanted to pick up a bunch of these, just offer $1. I don't think that will even last here. Yeah. So we'll see what becomes of that. Easter Bunny sheep in the door. I did offer a fairly decent price. It does have barters going up to $1.20. I think you could just probably put down a $1 barter. I'm not sure what to expect with it though. It didn't sell that much. It does look cool. But will it work out? That's just the question. So, yeah, cool. Eggy AK-47, a $3.49 skin. It doesn't look like it's going to retain its price. No. But it also didn't sell that much as well. Could this actually turn around and end up becoming something pretty sweet in the future? I'm not sure what to say. It's a very gimmicky skin. It does have the transparency. It's a nice bright yellow skin. Maybe people might appreciate it as a desert option. What price is that in comparison to the Desert Raiders AK-47? Maybe I have to test that out. Alright, we'll see. Anyway, yeah, if you really want to grab some, maybe just offer $1.50, maybe even $2. But yeah, I do believe that'll be dropping off. So, okay. Well, we'll see how that goes. Then we have the Royal Egg Furnace. Yeah, that's not retaining its value. Bilders basically stop at 80 cents. If you really want to pick up a bunch of them, just offer $1. Carrot Chopper Savage Stacks. I might have forgotten to showcase that barter as well. I actually completely forgot. But like an hour later, I come back, I take a look at it, and there was a big gap. Like the barter's basically finished at 66 cents, and then we saw one at $1.20-ish. So I just slotted myself in at 75 cents. We'll see what becomes of that. I don't think it's retaining its value. I do expect to see a lot more Salvage Stack skins on the horizon, especially just this month. So, is it going to get lost in the shuffle? Are we going to have the brand new Skinnables issue happen all over again? It wouldn't surprise me. So, yeah, maybe just offer like 80 cents. It's up to you, but I don't fully believe it will retain. Easter Chicks Box. Actually got some pretty decent support. So I was the 94 cent barter right there. Yeah, I thought maybe just under $1 might be quite all right there. But we do see some other people jumped in. Now, I don't remember. Am I also one of the 30 buy order? I might be the 127 one. I don't remember. But it does have other people there as well. Looking pretty okay. It's just a matter of... will people appreciate that? You can hide it in rocks. Certain rocks. We'll see what becomes of it. Didn't sell that much. It's actually a very nice looking small box design. Will other people appreciate it? That's the thing. So we'll see. All right, so by all means, again, if you like a skin, not every single thing has to be an investment. You can simply buy a skin because you happen to like it, all right? Support that skin creator, keep them nice and motivated, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. So, all right. I think you could put down like a $1.70 barter, and I wouldn't be surprised if you pick up a bunch of these. It's up to you. Trojan Egg Basket Grill. I think you could just offer $1. But again, it has sold like next to nothing. Is this going to randomly become a super valuable thing in the future? Well, if that sounds appealing to you, why not offer like $1.50? You'd be picking it up for $1 cheaper. But is it actually going to work out all right? Maybe we end up seeing a lot more barbecues this year that don't really look very, I don't know, fitting to be a barbecue. Maybe they also might sell like next to nothing. But I don't think we're going to see another instance like this where it only reaches just barely around 4,000 subscribers. We'll see how it is, alright? Are we starting to get barbecue fatigue? We'll see. And then we have the Egg Hunter Poncho. Well, I don't know what to expect with this, because are we going to randomly see someone buy out the stock and make it appear to be valuable? With what we saw with the Firecracker Poncho, I don't know if that's legit. I don't know if that's actual genuine demand. It surprised me when I looked at it. Could we see the same thing happen here? Is it even good camouflage? I've tested it out. It's fine, I guess. I mean, you might remember we had that Christmas transparent poncho. I thought that was a little bit better. So, sheer lack of sales. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Yeah, you could just probably offer like $1.20. Wouldn't surprise me if you do manage to pick up a few here and there. So, alright, cool. There you are then. So, yeah. I don't think I'll be buying any of these straight from the store. Nor this. But I do believe I'll be picking up some of these. What are you planning to do? Again, if you bought one for yourself, that's fine. Alright, that's a treat for yourself. That's not an investment, that's a treat for yourself. But after hearing me yap, you probably thought, well, okay, then maybe I'm just going to put down a barter, and then I'll probably pick it up cheap in the future. That's fine. That's how you want to go about it. You're more than welcome to do so. So, yeah. Give it time, you'll see more and more listings, and you'll see the price go down. How low will it go? Will it even go low? Again, I don't know if these actually sold enough, or sold that much. We can't tell. We cannot tell. So, right, yep, there you go. Right then, so, who knows what other holidays we're going to see in the future. I mean, you never know what Face Punch might want to go ahead and celebrate. We'll see, but I think we're probably just waiting for Halloween now. So, the rest of April, May, June, July, August, September, we've got so many months without some silly holidays in the way. So, alright, cool. Maybe they'll do an America one if they want to. I mean, right now, today, this time, for July, I don't know. We just had that question a minute ago. Hey, we'll see. Anyway, that's pretty much it. That's everything. So, tomorrow is Easter week 2. This is what I was looking for earlier. I didn't have it prepared. Good job, Hedge. Who knows what we're going to see? But I will remind you, we did see quite a lot of skins that were late to be submitted. I don't think we saw any of them being accepted in the current Rust store that we have. So maybe those skins might be appearing tomorrow. Lots of notable collection continuations. Look, seriously, I need this sandbag barricade. That's like the best possible idea for a sandbag barricade. I need it. I need it, Face Punch. Come on now. Saloha, I'm fully behind it. I need that. I want that. That'd be cool. Well, we'll see. We'll see. So, yeah. I'll have the link for the Easter skins in the description. And you can tell me what you're praying for. Get on your knees. Start begging. Because at the end of the day, it's what Face Punch wants. And as I said, we have seen some pretty cute, comfy, silly-looking designs. I mean, well, it's an angry-looking bunny right there. But what will be picked, I have no idea. I have zero clue. So, alright, cool. That's pretty much everything. Alright then. So, that's it. That's a wrap. One final thing to say. Of course, you know, consider watching the Rust Workshop skin checks video for April 7, 2026. All of the skins here eligible for next week's Rust store. But if you weren't fully well aware, I have made a decision to change things up. I've had far too many people complaining at me saying, Hedge, why not just do the Rust rotation fast? Well, it's come to my attention nobody else does the Rust rotation fast anymore. It's basically an open slot. I have been doing the shorts, literally showcasing the skins nice and quick, but nobody seems to notice that. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so starting from tomorrow, roster rotation is just literally me showcasing the skins, and predictions video will now be the big yapping video, alright? So, hopefully the roster rotation will only be about 15 minutes now, if I can restrain myself from yapping. We'll see. And then, of course, the predictions video will be catered towards the yapping, figuring out what potentially might be a nice investment. You get the idea. So, alright, cool. Alright then. So, that's it. Hope you're looking forward to that. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. And I will point out and say I'm fully well aware of the sandbox situation. I'm fully well aware of the hype that's happening. I do intend to release a video this weekend. So, alright, cool. That's it. That is everything that needed to be said. Why do I keep clapping? I don't know. Catch you later. Say goodbye.